Greetings to all. Today I am going to deliver a talk on taxation. In my presentation, I will focus on two major issues. My first point concerns with the taxation. Next, I will focus on the types of taxation, including direct and indirect taxes and their merits and demerits. What is tax? Most citizens in the country must pay taxes to the government. Non-payment of tax is a punishable offense. Tax is a contribution for the benefit of the general public rather than for any particular purpose or individual benefit. The primary purpose of taxation is to bring in revenue for the government. From income tax to goods and service tax, taxation applies to all levels. Next, I will discuss about the types of tax. Indian tax system has adopted three different bases for the collection of tax from the people. There are three types of tax. They are based on the rate of tax, specific and ad valorem tax, and direct and indirect tax. Based on the rate of tax, have four types such as proportional tax, progressive tax, regressive tax, and degressive tax. The other types of taxes are specific and ad valorem tax and direct and indirect tax. We shall discuss each in detail. Next, we shift on to direct and indirect taxes. Economists usually classified taxes into direct and indirect taxes. According to Dalton, a direct tax is really a tax paid by the person on whom it is legally imposed, and the burden of which cannot be shifted to any other person is called direct tax. The taxpayer is the tax bearer. For example, income tax is the direct tax. Indirect tax is a tax, the burden of which can be shifted to others. The impact and incidence of indirect taxes are on different persons. In indirect tax, taxpayer is not the tax bearer. Commodity taxes are generally indirect taxes as they are imposed on the producers or sellers, but their incidence falls upon consumers. As such, taxes are covered up in the prices. Merits of direct tax. Equity. Direct taxes like income tax, wealth tax are based on the principle of ability to pay. So the equity or justice in allocation of tax burden is well secured by these taxes. Progressive. Usually, direct taxation is progressive in effect. Direct taxes lead to the objective of social equality. Productive. Direct taxes are elastic and productive. Revenue from direct taxes increase or decrease automatically with the change in national income or wealth of the country. Certainty. The canon of certainty is perfectly embodied in direct taxation. Compared to indirect taxes, direct taxes are more exact and precise in estimating the revenue. Economy. The canon of economy is well maintained in direct taxation. Direct taxes like income taxes being collected annually in lump sum, the administrative cost of such collection will be minimum as compared to the indirect taxes. Educative. Direct taxes has an educative value as they create a civic sense among the taxpayers. Citizens realize their duty to pay taxes. Anti-inflationary. Direct taxes can serve as a good instrument of anti-inflationary fiscal policy calculated to maintain the price at stable level. Next, we move on to the demerits of direct taxation, pinching. Since direct taxes are to be paid in a lump sum, they pinch the taxpayer more. Thus, the announcement effect of direct tax always tend to cause anger among the taxpayers. Inconvenient. Direct taxes do not conform to the canon of convenient as returns of income tax, wealth tax, etc. are to be filed in time. Complete records are to be maintained by each taxpayer. It is very inconvenient to pay these taxes. Evasion and corruption. Since the assessment of direct taxes depend upon the voluntary declaration of taxpayer about his income and wealth, there is great scope for tax evasion. Uneconomical. Direct taxes are not so economical as they are claimed to be. They are uneconomical when the tax base is narrow. narrow-based. Direct taxes are generally narrow-based. Therefore, a large section of masses remained untouched. They failed to achieve their objective of promoting civic sense among the citizens. Arbitrary. The nature and base of direct taxes are arbitrary, decided by exchequer. There is no scientific formula or base for evaluating the mode of graduation and progression on direct taxes. Disincentiveness. Direct taxes being based on economic and wealth, if they are excessive, may discharge savings and kill the incentive of work hard. I would like to discuss about the merits of indirect tax. Convenient. Indirect taxes are more convenient to pay. These taxes, generally being on commodities, are wrapped up in prices. Hence, the taxpayer does not feel the burden directly. Less pinching. The announcement of effect of indirect taxes does not provoke anger because they cause less irritation to the public as they are not felt directly, not easily evadable. Indirect taxes are difficult to evade as they are usually merged with prices. Broad-based indirect taxes, usually being commodity taxes, has a broader scope than direct taxation. Social value. Indirect taxes have a high social value. They can serve to improve social moral and public health. Forced saving. Indirect taxes are an effective means of mobbing of consumer surplus and thereby diverting the saving potential of the community at large. Complementary. Indirect taxes, in fact, can serve as complementary to direct taxes. Progressive. Indirect taxes as luxuries and semi-luxuries are progressive in effect as they fall on rich people's consumption outlays. Finally, we discuss about the demerits of indirect taxation, inequality. Indirect taxes are unjust and inequitable as they are regressive in effect. They are not levied according to the principle of ability to pay. Less productive. Indirect taxes do not follow the canons of economy and productivity, and indirect taxes is not as productive as the direct tax. Inflationary potentiality. Indirect taxes prove to be inflationary when excessively relied upon. They sometimes benefit more the traders than the government. Disincentive effect on savings. Indirect taxes discourage savings when the people have to spend more with the rise in the prices of commodities. No educative value. Indirect taxes being invisible as they are collected through middlemen like traders, they have no direct link between the taxpayer and the government. Hence, they do not promote any civic sense. I hope you understand the topic related to types of taxation, including direct and indirect taxes and their merits and demerits. Thank you.